Alright everybody, today we are continuing with the guide videos. We have our bookworm, the person that read absolutely everything in this Teyvat world and does know everything in it. It is Yanfei, and the only build that we are going to cover is going to be her DPS build. I do know that you can build her as a tank because of her shield, but it is not really that practical, is it? So we are going to go with the DPS build on Yanfei, and starting with weapons. One of the weapons that is going to be amazing, and it is 4-star, it's going to be Visit, is much better than many 5-star weapons. And if you do think about some of the 5-star weapons to use, well, if you do have some of them with the crit rate or crit damage, or at least with the attack, which is on the Skyward Atlas, well, that's one of the weapons that you can go for. But honestly, I do guess that you already have it, and it's not really that hard to get it, just because it is 4-star and all the 4-stars are kinda easy to get, maybe not at the rank 5 immediately, but they are not hard to get. So crit rate or crit damage in the substat and attack as well. Okay, so after looking all the weapons that I have, which probably am missing few of the 4-stars, I mean probably, Visit is definitely going to be the best one, and the Eye of Perception is a really good option. And as for Atlas, well, it is going to be one of the easy obtainable 5-stars to get. So Visit is the best option out of these ones. And Battle Pass weapon, the Solar Pearl, is amazing if you do have it. So yeah, the one of those 4, whichever it is available to you. And I would honestly rank it Visit, Pearl, and then Atlas, and then the Eye of Perception. So the best one is Visit, and if you have the Visit that is not used on any other character and you really want to use Yanfei, well, this is going to be a great option. Next one, we have artifacts. Well, the only set, like I said for the Hu Tao, the only pyro set that we have and will use is going to be, of course, Crimson set. I mean, it's going to boost the most, and it is boosting overall pyro damage, so that's going to definitely help out in all kind of battles and in all of different teams that you can use with Yanfei. And when it comes to stats, well, you will want to go, if you can try out with the EM. I think it's going to be much better, just because you will want to vaporize with Yanfei as well. So EM is going to be a little bit better than the attack, but attack is also okay. So I would suggest EM, Pyro, and Crit. Next we have talents. So just because she's DPS and everything is going to be important when it comes to damage, you will want all 3 skills to the maximum. So is it level 9 or crown, it doesn't matter, but everything on maximum. And when it comes to passive talents, just because she's a DPS and these 2 passive talents are really amazing for her build, the Scarlet Seals are going to be consumed after you are using charge attack. The maximum Scarlet Seals is 3, which means that you will have 15% of pyro damage bonus. And yeah, be sure to use it, because if you use it a little bit earlier, well, you will have a little bit less boost. So just pay attention on how many do you have. The second passive talent is actually going to allow you to have extra pyro damage if you crit with the charge attack. So definitely you will need to go with the crit rate as high as possible on her build. And that's the second thing that you need to pay attention when you are building Yanfei. And now we have only constellations. So the first constellation is going to allow you, when you are using charge attack, that you use a less stamina, and you will get the resistance to interruption when you are using it if the enemies are attacking you. So that's going to be a nice way of making it possible that you do in the end use that charge attack and do not get interrupted. And the most important thing is that you will not use that much stamina. So if you did use a lot before this, you will now have a chance to dodge the attack if there is coming a big attack at you after you used charge attack. So yeah, the first constellation is going to be really good, impressively really good with the constellation 1. The second constellation is going to increase your crit rate by 20%, but for the enemies that are below 50% of HP, which is okay. I mean, after the first rotation in many scenarios when it comes to boss battles, you will probably go below 50% on enemies HP, so it's going to be okay constellation. I mean, 20% crit rate, it's amazing definitely, but you still need to get to that 50% of HP on your boss. Now the fourth constellation, this is what I was talking about when it came down to the builds. I know that you can build her as a shielder, but I don't see her playing that way. I mean, everything else except the constellation 4 is pointing to the DPS, and I don't know. After you use your burst, you will have 45% of Yanfei's max HP for next 15 seconds as a shield, which is amazing, but hey, I mean, it's going to help you in the fights, but honestly, no, she is not a shielder, and you should definitely build her as a DPS. But hey, this option stands as well, and you can just go double tenacity, double Vorkasha, and everything else into HP, and you will have Yanfei with, I don't know, 50k HP or something like that, which is not practical. Honestly, it's not practical, and Yanfei can deal a lot of damage, so as a DPS it is definitely suitable to go for that kind of build and not for the tank. Next we have C6. C6 is not something impressive, but hey, she is 4-star, so let's put our expectations a little bit 1 star less, or maybe even 2 less. So yeah, Scarlet Seals, now you will have even 4 of them, and you will have 20% of pyro damage bonus when it comes to her charge attack. I mean, extra damage, nothing special, just 1 more seal and that's it, nothing special. Alright, we have only teams, and when it comes to Yanfei, probably the best team is going to be the same one as for Hu Tao. Just because, I don't know, Bennett is just too good, and Furina enabling you all of those vaporizes. Furina is just inchangeable when it comes to some pyro DPSs, and I would even say maybe all of the pyro DPSs at the moment, just because Furina is that good and allows your vaporizes all the time, like literally all the time. And we have, of course, Shilonen. She is going to do the elemental resistance on the another level, so enemies are going to suffer so much resistance with Shilonen, and Furina is going to boost your vaporize, Bennett is going to boost all of your pyro and the attack. So this team is going to be amazing, just like Hu Tao's. This team is going to be amazing. Some other options that you can Some other options, something that you can change about this team. Well, of course that you can still put Kazuha, he's not going to be bad, but Shilonen is just a little bit better booster when it comes to this. Shilonen is still going to be number one when it comes to the last character that you're going to put in this team. Now something else, I mean, yes, you can put even Shenhe because she's boosting absolutely everything, and of course you will be able to melt as well. And someone else that you can put, well, you can put Sucrose to boost your EM even more, but honestly you do not have any better options when it comes to this one. This team is so much better than combining it with some other characters, and if you do have all of these characters, give them a try, and believe me, it's going to be amazing. I'm using Hu Tao with them just because overall damage is going to come down to be much higher than if you are going to try just to hit one big number, because I know that you can possibly put some other characters that are going to allow you to do some ridiculous things like Mona and I don't know, few others I guess. But in the end, for the consistency, well, this is going to be the best one, definitely. Okay, so that's going to be everything on Yanfei today. Unfortunately, I didn't get enough Crimson artifacts, so I cannot try out Yanfei, unfortunately. But hey, we will have her build, and we will try her out. Not with only this team that I said that is the best. I mean, we could get some good new boosters until the Natlan is over, so you never know. Maybe we will get even better team. But as for now, I would definitely go for this one, and I would definitely try her out with that team. And in the end, it would work perfectly, just like with Hu Tao. So that's going to be everything, and I will see you in the next one.